EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in the Hoosier State at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Evan McPherson getting this one started. Off we go from Indianapolis.
Ready, set.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here's a first carry for their running back, and that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. 19 tight, 19 tight.
On second down, Richardson. He'll get this out to his running back. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's third down coming up.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, Richardson. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Working from the ball comes out. I believe the Colts were in there to retain possession. Yes, Indianapolis will hold on to the football.
No gain on the play.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Richardson to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
1 yard gain. Brings up second
From the
and
35, here's 2nd and 9. Out of a shotgun, Richardson. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
Here we go, here we go. Panthers, Mustang 19. Go.
Throwing is Richardson. He gets this complete to Mitchell. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. A gain of 21 on that pass play. First down, Indianapolis.
At the 13-yard line.
Throwing, Richardson. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
2nd and 10.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Throwing on second down, Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And the Colts going to be set up with first and goal. Pass play moves them down to the 1.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway. Their ground game ends up failing at the exact moment, Mike, where they're needed the most. 1 yard to the goal line, that's prime opportunity. Finish the drive, take the lead, but instead, they go backwards.
Ready. Motion. Line. Ready.
A second down throw for Richardson. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Indy. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Colts will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Come on, set.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's a pickup of 9. He's going to set up 2nd and 1.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Okay, ready.
From the 38 now, here's second down and a yard.
Ready. Liking 18. Ready.
They'll look to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Now, faking the give. Open man, downfield, Chase has it. That is a big play for Cincinnati. It's a gain of 34.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
They'll look to throw yet again. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't act to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. It's Bengals football here to begin the second quarter. They've got it with 4th and 1 straight ahead.
Here we go. Set. 18. Can you line?
He'll look to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be 1st and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
Back up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal.
Get it. Ramp. Hey.
Now an option here. Left side. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. I would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
They send the tight end in motion. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
They're trying to answer that opening drive touchdown on the other side. So the offense stays out, and they go for it on 4th and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it, and he's going to be taken down. Couldn't get rid of the football. They turn it over. Stopped on 4th and goal. They'll begin here on the ground. Great run there. He gets this up close to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Short one, and it's caught by Warren. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
A gain of 10 yards.
A gain there of 10 yards. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Come on.
Here's Richardson. Right back to Warren again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's another.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
19, Charger, 19, go.
A handoff as they try to run it here. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down.
It's It's a gain of 9. Brings up second
From the 34-yard line. Here's 2nd and 1. Now Richardson gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 6.
Here we go. At the 24-yard line.
Looking to throw. Richardson. That is going to be ball in. He's got it. Rondale Moore. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
The kicker on point after.
Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Colts move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Brought down at the 28-yard line.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. It is 2nd and 6. Throwing now from the gun. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before 3rd down.
Get it! 70 Timberwolf. Check, Bobcat. Check, Bobcat.
He'll drop to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
5-yard gain on the play. First down, Cincinnati.
Let's go. Go.
Now they'll set up to throw. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
15 yards.
A pickup of 15 in the air. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
At the 46-yard line.
He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be hauled down at about the 45-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
And the Bengals
Back to the air one more time. To the left side, caught by Chase. And he'll be out of bounds, down at the 20. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it'll lead to a second down.
Second and 10.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Got it. Ready?
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Evan McPherson with the kickoff for Cincinnati.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
Ready?
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Buffalo 18-2.
Out of the shotgun. Richardson. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. And that is incomplete. Tyler Warren, the man he was looking for there. And now it's 4th down. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Forced to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Back to throw. A throw behind his man. Can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop. And really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
70 Ranger. Ready.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. The pass rush gets home and he goes down. Now his timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He'll air it out down the middle. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Bengals. So now this to get them back to even heading into the break. He's got it. And the Bengals will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be forced out of bounds. And with that, time has run out on this first half. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. On the run to the right. Off he goes. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Here's 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. He'll look to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. They'll send a tight end in motion. Throwing now on 1st and 10. A throw right side is intercepted. And the Colts are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
They'll give on the ground. And this tackle there, he pushes forward. It will give him 4 yards.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Okay, break.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready? 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 19 Lion. Ready?
From the gun, Richardson. He's got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They get 24 on that one. First down, Indianapolis.
Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready, ready?
Here's Richardson. Now he'll air one out to the goal line and in. Touchdown Colts. His 4th TD grab of the season. Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Colts have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Throw on the run is complete. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
A throw on the move is caught. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
7 Pirates, 7. Here we go, here we go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Let's go. Viking 18. Go, Rig. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Street.
Tight end going in motion here. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the former Cal Bear, Noel Williams. And the Colts are going to have it just past their 25.
Go, ready?
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Now give up the middle. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Panther 60, Panther 60, Trap 60, Trap 60. 79 Broncos. Ready?
Richardson going to look to throw. This one caught by the back out of the backfield. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 13 yards on that pass play. That's good for a Colts 1st down. Richardson to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That one's to the sideline and incomplete, and a penalty flag now comes in late. Maybe no receiver in the area on that one. The task now, a really tough one. Third and very long.
70 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Now Richardson. That's into the hands of Moore. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
The Colts about to kick this one away. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Take it in at the 8. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free.
At their own 10-yard line.
Ready. Mustang 19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And this is going nowhere. He's going backwards to the 4-yard line. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
Got it. Ready? Get it.
Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Indy. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Here comes a return from the 3. And that's well done by the kicking team, who's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
Ready, set. 65 cents. Come on. Hit. Shot 60. Ready.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Left side, caught by Lamb. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
And the Bengals first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
They bring Chase in motion.
60 Maverick. 6, Dragon 60.
And time before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start.
Ready? 19 tight. Ready?
Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing now from the gun. To the right side here, pass is caught. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
He's going to take a shot down the field. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
Let's go now.
He'll drop to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance. Trailing here in the fourth. They will turn it over on down.
Turnover on down.
Up the middle they go. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Second down throw for Richardson. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Cordell Fox. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22.
So you do a great job all game long. You build up a lead here late in the fourth quarter, but now you get sloppy. This turnover all of a sudden brings a renewed sense of energy to your opponent, who a minute ago thought this game was over, and now they got a little life.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up second and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Now, faking the give. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
They get 16 on that connection. It's a Cincinnati first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
Back to the air one more time. Flush to his right. Now a ball deep, middle of the field.
Everybody in that defensive huddle just continues to remind themselves, you know they're going to take shots. They're going to try to throw the ball over your head and see if they can generate a big play. So continue to defend it just like they did there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll look to throw again. Out to his right. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Covered very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And the story of the game has really been the inability of the offensive line to keep this pass rush away from the quarterback. And it's a big reason they find themselves here trailing in the 4th quarter. So as they turn to this passing game to try to mount a comeback, they've got to do a better job protecting the quarterback.
And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
Back to throw. That's taken in.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Here's 1st and 10.
19 tight. Come on.
They'll look to throw yet again. That is going to be ball in. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting? I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, check that. Let's go.
Here's a run going left, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And we got a big 3rd down coming up here, Mike. They got a chance with a conversion to possibly get this under the 2-minute warning, put this defense in a position where they have to start using their timeouts.
Hey. Dragons, Panther 60. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
On the set.
This is 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They bring Chase in motion.
19 Tiger.
They'll drop to throw. Rolling right. Now he'll run it. And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but there is a penalty flag on the play. That's on the 2024 first-rounder, Amarius Mims.
Ready.
The road gets a little tougher now. It's 1st and 20. A tight end in motion now. Now they'll set up to throw. Moving to his right. He's going to tuck it and go. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that first down play.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. To the left side, caught by Chase. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Here's first down.
Bengals first down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Bengals.
They'll look to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7.
Come on. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Open man is the tight end, Harold Fannin. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their second. Clock will stop with 35 seconds to go. The sound deafening in the dome. It's 3rd down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. This pass right side, caught by Lamb. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10.
15 more yards.
That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
First and goal.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
On the jump.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
70. Here we go. 70, Timberwolves.
That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Hawk 70.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the former Cal Bear, Noel Williams.